guys, Kate Marie. Welcome if you are new and welcome back. It's a new month, so that means my monthly recap. So no spoilers, no anything, just basically everything I've watched. I decided to do something new and say the series that I finished watching. I think it's 4. I really suck at watching TV shows. Honestly, I'm surprised I've finished this many this month. I'm busy! So, yeah, I barely ever finished a TV show. Like, there's so many I've started and never finished. So, yeah, basically, social media is right here. And let's just get started. Okay, so, last month I watched The Hobbit. And now this month, we watched the Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. So this one was originally in chronological order, made before The Hobbit, but The Hobbit is a prequel. So yeah, but basically, if you guys have ever seen VeggieTales and if you've seen The Lord of the Beans, it kind of resembles it. Basically, we have Bilbo and he has the ring that he found on his adventure, and basically he goes off and he's finally like into retirement, and then his grandson, I don't remember his grandson's name, and he's important. I think it's Fargo. Basically gets the ring. Basically the ring is bad, and then he says people trying to follow it to get to the ring, and if they had the ring, then basically like all heck breaks loose. So basically it's kind of the same thing as The Hobbit. A whole bunch of people basically go up and they have an adventure to go to like about and to destroy it, which I really liked it. It did resemble The Hobbit a lot. It didn't resemble Lord of the Beans. I didn't enjoy as much as I liked The Hobbit because it also was like an hour longer than The Hobbit. But it was okay. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. And then I watched Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. So basically this one is going to be different because, spoiler alert, the end, what's his name? Frodo and his friend basically go off on their own, and like it's just, they take like 2 different adventures on it. It's like the first 7 in my mind is like blank, honestly. So yeah, but like they're still trying to get there, but then they're also like trying to fight the orcs because they are like the bad again. And that one I liked better. I give that an 8 out of 10. And then I watched Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Basically, it's like the last one. It's like the longest one. I think it's like 3 hours and 30 minutes. This one, not gonna lie, Fargo really ticked me off and really mad about how everything was. But Gollum, oh my gosh, I love him. Like, rest in peace. It wasn't like a tribute thing like this, no. Yeah, rest in peace. That's on Hunger Games. But yeah, so I give that a 7.5 out of 10. I feel like the ending dragged on, you know, like I feel like as many times they could have ended it and then it just didn't end. And then I watched In Lawfully Yours. Lord of the Rings, they all are on HBO Max. And Lawfully Yours, I think, is on Prime Video. I don't remember. But basically, it is a lot to do with Christianity. I don't think it puts it in it, but it does. So basically, this woman catches her husband cheating on her. And, you know, like, the dad dies, and then, you know, like, they want a divorce in the middle of one. And, like, the wife decided to stay with the mother-in-law to help with the house. And then she ended up getting, like, a good relationship. And then, of course, you know, like, the mom was upset because the dad died. So then she goes to church. And it's really funny. I really liked it. It was cute. When she said Job, I kind of related to it just because, like, when you see in the Bible, it's supposed to say Job, but then you look at it and it says Job. So I liked that. I give that a 7.5 out of 10. And then I watched Cake. This one, if you are a fan of Christina from Grey's Anatomy, she plays in it. It's basically this woman, I think, basically never cared about marriage, never cared about having a long relationship, like never anything. And then basically what happens is her dad is sick, and he has like this magazine that works for weddings. So then she like was like, okay, I'll take it over, and it is funny. And then it has Chris, if you watch Gilmore Girls, he plays in it, and he's a big poet, and it was really funny and cringy, but you could tell it was made in like the 2000s. but I gave that a 7.5 out of 10. And then I finally got into watching Suicide Squad, which that one is on HBO Max. I didn't know that they would be helping the government. I thought that Suicide Squad was like Joker and then his people. I didn't. It was completely different than I expected. I honestly watched it for the Joker and Harley Quinn storyline, and I wish we got more. And then the ending didn't really make that much sense considering with the sequel, but I like this like so good. I definitely watch it. Harley Quinn, Lily, my girl. That was 9 out of 10. And then I watched Slap Face. If you watched my Shutter video, basically just talked about that and how it literally was a slap in the face because it was crap. So I gave that a 6 out of 10. Then I watched The Suicide Squad. This is like the sequel. And basically this shows like just because a movie did good, it doesn't mean you gotta make a second one. Because it was honestly really bad. A lot of times I just wanted to shut it off. But like the only resemblance to the first one were like it had Harley Quinn and then it had the one dude. But like other than that, it was done. Like I don't know. Like you don't know what happened to the other characters from the first one. So I really did not like this one. I gave that 7.5 out of 10. And I don't understand how Harley Quinn is back there because with the ending of Suicide Squad, you expect her not to be back in. So. And then I watched a Care Bears movie, basically the Care Bears. Like, I feel like I shouldn't have to make an explanation on that. That got 10 out of 10 on HBO Max. And then I watched Invitation. This one was a letdown. I expected it to be more into, like, I expected it to be more. Because basically, I thought they would go into a house and find out the host had more sinister events. No, like, the whole thing was just him thinking something was going on. And, like, the last 20 minutes, it was, like, it had, like, this big, high, like, what's the word? Rise in action thingy. And for the climax, not even be, like, that good. It just felt like a waste. What did I give it? I gave that a 6 out of 10. And then I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. So the new Texas Chainsaw came out in February. So of course I wanted to watch some of the other Texas Chainsaws. And if you guys want to see my opinion on that without with spoilers, if you guys have seen it and you guys want to know a whole big jump on it, I just made the video last week. But yeah, this one basically, I think it's a prequel to like the original, like 1977 one. I've really liked it. It was a little, the sheriff or whatever kind of made me mad. I did like it way more than I expected it to be. I'm trying to think because I can't remember it, but yeah, I gave that an 8.5 out of 10. And then I watched Good One Girls, which that movie took place from 2000 to 2007. It's on Netflix, and it has 7 seasons, and I think 45 minutes each. And I think there's like 22 episodes in each season, but it's so good. I feel like you have to at least know what Good One Girls is about, even if you haven't watched it. But it's about Lorelai, and she basically had a kid. Roy at 16 is about kind of their life. And about, you know, like raising, like her parents are rich, basically, you know. I don't know, I really liked it. I honestly love this show. So, yeah. I'm really bad at explaining shows. And then I watched My Bloody Valentine, because I feel like it's a great anti-Valentine movie. It has the dude from Supernatural. I don't know what one it is. But it has the dude from Supernatural. The hot one. And basically, a couple of years there was a mining accident. And then this person was in a coma. I guess he came back into like this miner's outfit. And then he basically killed a bunch of people. I'm going to say 15 years after it happened, it happens again. And it's like, it's coming after him. It was really, I liked it. You really would have thought like, it was a lot, it kind of made me scream like, who is it? Who's behind the mask, you know? You kept thinking, it's this guy, it's this guy, it's this person, and then it wasn't, and you're like, oh. So I did like it. It's on HBO Max. I got that 8.5 out of 10. And then I watched Printable Activity 3. This one, it's Katie and her sister as kids, and it's just basically just talking about everything. I think, honestly, the sister, not Katie, but the other one really got my nose. And the ghost Toby, which I wish we get to see what the ghost looks like, even if it's like a short glimpse or something. Well, actually, I don't think like ghost. I don't know, but like I was okay. I liked it more than I thought I would. It was cool seeing their parents. Yeah, I give that an 8.5 out of 10. And then also it did a thing like it had like the sequel of like what happened after the second one, and at the end it's just, I don't know, the way they did it, I really liked it. And then Of Mice and Men, um this one is basically a book my sister made me watch, and basically it's about this guy. I think he has a cousin that is mentally ill, and basically they are going on to a farm together, and I guess that's like the plot. I liked it more than I thought I would. I thought I'd get bored with it, but the ending was sad. I didn't like, you know. But yeah, I give that a 7 out of 10. And then I watched Gilmore Girls A Year in the Life, which was made in 2016. It's just a limited series on Netflix. And basically it's like 20 years after Gilmore Girls ended. So basically it has William, she's like 30 now, and Lorelai, and it all looks so different because they're like 20 years older than we last saw them. And it takes place in like fall, summer, winter, spring. And I liked it. Suki isn't in it that much, and I really like, she's one of my favorite characters. And then Richard isn't in it, the grandfather, because he died in 2014, so it was really hard watching that. I didn't like the way they ended it. It's just, so yeah. But then I watched Rain. This one is really good. It's basically about, it's a show. It has 4 seasons. I think like 18 episodes. 14 to 18 episodes in each season, and they're like 45 minutes long. Basically, we have Mary, Queen of Scots, and basically she has to marry the King of France, Francis, so they could join the country. So it's basically about like their life and everything. It's just, I really liked it because it was really cool finding out like what in the show actually happened and what was just made up. And I loved watching that. So I definitely liked it way more than I thought I would. But then I feel like after season 2, I liked the first 2 seasons really well, and then they just started kind of like going off. And then I watched the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I watched that one. Basically, social influencers go to the city, and then, you know, they meet Leatherface, and the bus scene is honestly so freaking funny and so annoying at the same time. But I give that a 9 out of 10. And then I watched Printable Activity 4. This one I'm going to have to say has to be my favorite one. If I didn't get to find out what happened to Hunter from the second one. And then they're on like a camera, like a computer instead of like a video camera. But like basically they have this brother, and then there's this like neighbor, and something happened to his mom. So of course they took him in, but like ever since they took the little kid in, there's some weird stuff going on, and it's a whole bunch of stuff in it. I was watching this, and I was like, the guy who plays Ben, which is the main girl's boyfriend, it's like his voice sounds so familiar. I'm in love with Winx Club, if you guys don't know. So he played Sky, like the voice of Sky, so it's so weird seeing that. Yeah, it's on Hulu, and I give that a 9 out of 10. And then I watched Fear, that's an HBO Max. That one has Reese Witherspoon. I didn't know what to expect from it. It's fine. It's more of like a psychological thriller. It doesn't get to like the horror aspect until like I think the last 20 minutes. But it's about this girl, and I think she's like 16 years old, and then she meets this 23-year-old adult boy, and then they start dating. But he gets very, very protective of her, and very, like, she literally, like, spoiler, but it was really made since 1996. But like, she like hugged her best friend, he really beat him up. So he just got very weird and just really like possessive of her, that's the word. It does do a lot with, like, you know, like, it is, like, kind of abuse, like mental abuse. So, you know, if you've had a relationship, you probably wouldn't watch it. And last few minutes, it does get horror. There's a scene with a dog that honestly came as a shock. Freaking scared me for, like, a good 3 days. So, yeah, but I did like it. I give that a 9 out of 10. And then I watched My Cousin Vinny. That one's on HBO Max, too. This one is honestly really cool. If you've seen Home Alone, the guy who plays the little burglar with, like, the hat, he plays it, and he plays Vinny. And I watched this to my forensic science class. And basically, these 2 guys are basically convicted of a murder they didn't do. So they had to have their cousin Vinny prove why they're innocent and not guilty. And it's just so funny because the way, like, he is as a lawyer, isn't that, like, you know. And he has his girlfriend or fiance, and she plays Aunt May, the newest one of the Tom Holland movies. So I really liked it. It was honestly so good. It was so funny. Literally, definitely should recommend with your family, like, to watch. I give that a 9 out of 10. And then I rewatched Clueless. I literally watched it last month, and I was like, I'm not gonna. I was debating if I should write it down or not, but I'm just letting you guys know I watched it, but like, you're not gonna get a whole thing about it. I watched the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and this one I liked way better than the original. I like when they make remakes, and it has like the same like plot of it, but then it doesn't go exactly with the plot of the original. It makes any sense. Like I had the I wish they made the Wrong Turn remake like this. It still is consistent. It still had like the same killer. It still had like, you know, like the same thing, but it was also at the same time different. So it wasn't like you knew what was going to happen. So I really liked how you did this. It had more in it, and it's just, well, 8.5 out of 10. And then I watched Brad's Genie Magic. Okay. This one, I was going through my DVD collection. I was like, hey, I haven't seen this movie in a while. I'm going to watch it. It's a Bratz movie. I'm pretty sure it's free on YouTube because almost all of them are. So basically, it's about this genie, and then her father works with these people, and they say make it a bad world, but then he's using his wishes to do bad things. And of course, Katya, who is the genie, means the Bratz. And I don't like how they all are just fighting over wishes and stuff. But I really enjoyed it. I definitely, it's really so good. I give that an 9.5 out of 10. And then I watched Prom Night. This is the remake. And I really liked it better than the original. Basically, it's about this girl. It does get really, really sad. I'm not gonna lie. But basically, this girl and her teacher had a thing for her, and they basically got fired and got a restraining order. And then one night, he ended up coming home and killed her entire family, and he was in jail. And then I think it was like 3 years later, he escaped it, and it was like her prom night, and then he came back. It's really sad, but it's honestly good. Give that 8.5 out of 10. And then I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014 one. Mainly I watched it because Megan Fox was in it. I honestly, it's so good. I literally like love this movie. Honestly, like I got it as a movie for Christmas. I was like, oh, but like now I'm like,
You want anything to drink?
how did this make a video with them yelling? But yeah, I really liked it. Basically, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then they have to fight Shredder and April. Megan Fox doesn't look like herself. If that makes any sense. She looks more not Megan Foxy. That makes any sense. I get that 9.5 out of 10. And then I finally watched Free Guy for Ryan Reynolds. I don't know how to explain this plot because it's honestly just so weird. It took me to like half the movie to even understand it. So I'm gonna try. So basically, we have Ryan Reynolds, and he plays a guy, and he lives in this video game. And then we have this lady who is trying to sue the person who made the video game because they stole her idea. So then she plays in the video game. But then he is supposed to be a non-player character, guy is, but then he ends up coming like to life, whatever, and doing his own stuff and not following the rules that he's supposed to. So it goes between that and him finding his glasses and like seeing like the gamers play, and then like, I don't know, it's really hard to explain. I think it's really good. It's honestly super funny. Some parts do get really ridiculous. I wouldn't go in expecting like a freaking 10 out of 10. But I did give that 8 out of 10, and it is on HBO Max. And then I watched Euphoria. I say Euphoria. This show, literally, I feel like no one hasn't heard about it. Like, you've had at least. It is so good. It's on HBO Max. So if you don't have HBO Max, you can go on soaptoday.com. It has 2 seasons at the moment and 8 episodes in each season. And they're like 56 to an hour long. And they do have a 2-part one about a whole special about Rue from Jules. Basically, we have Rue, aka Zendaya, which is why I started watching it. Basically, telling her story about her being in high school. And then we have Maddie, and then we have Cassie. And then, Cassie basically wants to be loved because she's just always like taught to be used for her body. And then we have Nate, played by Jacob Adorby, I think. He played Finn. I don't think it's Finn. Noah in Kissing Booth. And then we have Jules, who's a transgender, she moved into the city and everything. And then I'm trying to think. We have Maddie. Honestly, her thing, like, she's dating Nate, so of course, like, she basically isn't treated right. And then we have Kat, who is now, like, she is a plus size queen, and basically is like learned to like love her body. And we have many more characters. I honestly love this show. It does a great representation of all these characters and their minds and everything. I feel like you can never truly have a good character because each of them have their own flaws and each of them have done things that they probably shouldn't have, so none of them are perfect. But I really do like it. Season 1 is definitely better than Season 2. Season 2 feels like, I don't know. It does talk a lot about drug use. There's a whole bunch of sex and nude scenes. Honestly, like, it gets annoying. Like, there's a whole bunch of wieners I've seen more in my entire, in the show more than I've seen my entire life. There is a thing, a sexual assault. There's a scene with one of the characters. It is a little sad in Season 1. But yeah, I really, honestly, I love Euphoria. I feel like you guys have to know what it is because really you cannot go on TikTok without seeing like the entire show. But yeah, that is everything I have watched this month. It's not a lot. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and tell me in the comments below if you like it when I tell you guys the seasons, the movie. Oh my gosh, the TV shows I watch or not. You guys just don't care that much. I promise it's probably either gonna be 1 or 0 because I really honestly never finish TV shows. But yeah, so see you guys next Thursday.